Hello, everybody. My name is Cesar Miranda, and I want to discuss about, first of all, America. America is an amazing place, and in America, we love our guns. Now, more importantly, we love the rights to own our guns, and we deserve those rights. You know, our forefathers and many people before us, they fought for those rights. But with this privilege that we've had for so long, we tend to forget about how dangerous it can be when guns are sold or owned by people who just frankly are unsuitable and should not own a weapon. You know, it's not that they can't handle it. It's just that sometimes some have a lot of psychological issues that they haven't been addressed yet. So when you have someone of that kind of type owning a weapon and having crazy thoughts, it's scary. So we need to address this fatal controversy. So I need you guys to listen to me, because what I'm about to provide to you is basically your safety. In this great place of America, you get to decide if we need Proposition 63, basically more gun control regulations in our state or our country, if it's proper and necessary. And what's beautiful about this is you get to decide with your votes. So keep that in mind. The three things I want to talk about, well, first of all, let's talk about the thesis. Proposition 63 is all about more gun control regulations. So the first one is, why does it have so much attention? Or what are the initial causes and reasons for gun control Prop 63? Second thing I want to talk about is the opposing side, why a lot of people actually agree that we do not need Prop 63 for their own reasons that I will back up. And third, I want to discuss if for the majority, because the majority of Americans do want this proposition to be passed, how it will affect us citizens and you know, gun owners of that sort. So let's talk about the reasons. Well, number one, in a lot of recent you know, scenarios and more scenarios, not necessarily scenarios, but recent events that happened, you know, with the shooting in Orlando, the police shooting in Texas, and let's not forget about San Bernardino. A lot of these are linked to a lot of terrorists and a lot of, you know, basically people who shouldn't be owning weapons. So this brings up a lot of attention and why it needs to be addressed. Barack Obama is actually under a lot of pressure right now for putting more gun control, because he absolutely looks like we need it. But statistics say that gun violence has actually gone down. Back in 1993, when it was at its worst, about 71% of all homicides were with guns, and 63% of suicides were with gun involved as well. That was Gary Kleck, author of Targeting Guns and Gun Control, published in, well, I found the article on Google in 1998. But that same year, in 1998, 39,000 people were killed with guns alone. So this is an issue that was addressed back then, and the opposing side of it, when it was addressed back then, was stop Prop 63. This is the opposing arguments, the people that would say, which were actually supported by a lot of police enforcements, because they actually believe that if we do pass this law, it's going to cause more. Basically, they look at it as more paperwork and more messier. So they decided we should not regulate guns. We should just have them look at it for the crimes they do, and not so much the gun regulations. Another reason why is because they believe that if we do pass Prop 63, it's going to force us to put a lot of the resources and money into Prop 63, and they look at it as being wasted. And when all this good information or resources and money being wasted, they'd rather see it be put into money for like more police officers, you know, more money into like investigating these people, terrorists, because they truly see that if a terrorist or anyone of that sort of harm in their mind wanted to get their hands on weapons like this, they find a way illegally as well. So that's why they're enforcing that we don't. That's Stop 63. But the majority of Americans do want to pass this more gun control, because frankly it looks like we need that. So that's the controversy that we fight with. Whether we need it or not, that's your judgment with this being said. But let's say it does pass, and because the majority want it to pass, how is it going to affect American citizens, or more importantly, gun buyers and sellers. Well, first things first, in order to buy or sell weapons, if you're a gun dealer or just an individual, you will need a 1-year license to purchase any weapons or ammunition. And the same principles follow like driving a car. You need a license, and you need to take a test, and you need to be ready to drive a vehicle and be prepared, I should say. There's a better word, but prepared, and you need to be, those are the rules. So the same way will be applied with guns and ammunition. You need to take a test, and you need to see if you can do that or not. And another thing that would happen if this is passed is, if let's say you did own a weapon and it was robbed, or your guns were robbed, and you do not report it within 48 hours to 11 days, that would be considered an infraction. Reason why is because if you're not keeping control of how much weapons you're allowed to have, that's a crime. This will be part of the Prop 63. So to conclude all that, I discussed the initial reasons for why gun control has so much attention to this day, and why it needs to be actions need to be taken of. And secondly, I discussed the opposing side of what it needs to be. And third, I discussed if it was to pass, how it's going to affect us or not. So I hope my facts and my speech helped you guys understand what this is about, and I'll leave it with that.